Hey guys, in this video I want to go ahead and talk about adding and subtracting radicals. En este video vamos a repasar cómo sumar y restar estos radicales. So the first thing you guys want to go ahead and do is, this is kind of like combined like terms. And you see I have a radical 3 and a radical 3, so these two can go together. Estos dos se pueden juntar. Now it would be the same thing as, radical 3's. All the radicals 3 go together. So these, you're going to add the coefficients, the number right in front. So you're going to add 3 plus whatever's in front of here. Well, there's nothing there, so that's a 1. So 3 plus 1 is going to give you 4. Vamos a sumar el 3, radical 3, más el 1 que tengo acá enfrente. No se ve, pero está un invisible 1. So now I'm going to go ahead and do these two. These two go together. Estos dos se juntan también. So because they're both radical 5. So 4 minus 2, 4 menos 2 is 2. And they both have a radical 5. They're both the same type of radical or radicand, so then you just put them together. So the answer is 4 radical 3 minus 2 radical 5. And that's it. Eso es todo. Now sometimes you're going to have to go ahead and simplify. Algunas veces vas a tener que simplificar. Now you notice here none of them are all the same. So what you're going to have to go ahead and do is simplify. Well, how do you do that? ¿Cómo se hace eso? Well, you see, if you notice radical 20, you can go ahead and break it apart. El radical 20 se puede simplificar en 4 por 5. Okay, radical 4, radical 5. Why? Because you know the square root of 4 is 2. Okay. What about 2 and 10? You say, well, yeah, 2 times 10 is 20, but you don't know the square root of 2 and you don't know the square root of 10. They're not perfect squares like 4. So that's why you wouldn't use 2 and 10. So let's go ahead and continue with these. Minus, what about 27? You would use 9 and 3, el 27, 9 por 3. So radical 9, square root of 9 is 3, and you got radical 3. What about 45? 45 sería 9 por 5, 9 times 5. Okay, square root of 9 is 3, 3 radical 5. Minus 12, that would be square root of 4 times square root of 3. Minus square root of 4, that's 2 radical 3. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and kind of match them up, see where they go together. Vamos a juntar los que van juntos. So these two here are radical 5, so we're going to go 2 plus 3 is 5, so you're going to have 5 radical 5. And then you have negative 3 and negative 2, so negative 3 take away 2 is negative 5 radical 5. Oops, radical 3. Okay, and that's it, and that's all you have to do, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can do 2 more. Vamos a hacer 2 más. All right. What about when the number's in the front? So when a number's in the front of the radical sign, that means this guy is multiplying with the radical. Cuando el número está enfrente, quiere decir que se está multiplicando. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do in order to simplify this out. So I'm going to go ahead and just break up the 18 just like I always do. It'll be square root of 9 times square root of 2. Okay. Me va a dar 9 por 2. La raíz de 9, the square root of 9 is 3. So it'd be 2 times 3, radical 2. Now why am I multiplying? Because the 2 is right next to the radical. So then 2 times 3 is going to give me 6 radical 2. Okay, and then we continue, pues continuamos. Well, what about 50? 25 o 50. 25 por 2, 25 times 2. So the square root of 25 is 5. And you notice how it's right next to us, so we're going to multiply. Okay, 3 por 5 me va a dar 15. 15 radical 2. And then we continue with the 54. 54, you can break it apart into 9 times 6, 9 por 6. So square root of 9 is 3, and then you have that radical 6 right there. Okay, and let's just go ahead and bring it down here. 3 square root of 6. And then the last one is 4 radical 9. El último acá. 4. So we have the 4 and the square root of 9. What's the square root of 9? Oh, it's 3. Es 3. Oh, okay. So we don't have a radical in that one. And then 4 times 3 is 12. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down the 12. Voy a bajar el 12. Okay. So now what I want to go ahead and do is see if I can combine anything. ¿Puedo combinar algo? Radical 2, radical 2. See, I can combine these two. Puedo combinar estos dos. So 6 plus 15 is 21. 21 square root of 2. Minus 3 radical 6. And then minus 12. Okay. Entonces, that's it. That would be your answer. Let's go ahead and do one more. Vamos a hacer uno más. Okay. And let's see here. 5 radical 8. So radical 8 square root of 8 can be broken down into 4 times 2. Se puede simplificar 4 por 2. Entonces la raíz de 4 es 2. Y raíz de 2. 5 por 2 me da 10. 5 times 2 is 10. So we have 10 radical 2. Plus, now 75, what can I break that one into? We can do 25 times 3. Okay? And the square root of 25 is 5. 5 radical 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 square root of 3. And then minus 2 and 32. What's the square root of 32? We can break that down into 16 times 2. Alright? And then we continue, and the square root of 16, la raíz de 16 is, whoops, shouldn't have done that, huh? Okay, este tiene que ser, this should be, let me just fix that, 2 times 4, the whole number 4. And you notice that after I finish with the radical, I don't need it, I just have a whole number. Okay, entonces raíz de 2, square root of 2. 2 times 4 is 8, and that would be 8 radical 2. So now, okay, the radicals 2's go together, so 10 minus 8, 10 menos 8 is 2, radical 2, plus 15 radical 3. And there it is, guys. You finished. All right, so hopefully that helps, and good luck, guys.